in the age of globalization, I think one thing we overlook is also the relevance of our culture, or not only ours, but any culture, to the rest of the world. I think it has become increasingly clear now that there are so many of our cultures which are relevant not only to our society here, but to most of the people in the world. I'll give you a few examples. Have you heard of yoga? Yes. Yoga was a cultural practice from India. It started with Patanjali, and yoga is actually an Indian religious school. But now, if you talk about yoga, it's something taken up by, or is familiar with, at least half of the population of the earth. It has become relevant to so many people. It has left India and become so important and useful for many people around the world. Another example, have you heard of Tai Chi? That's a Chinese cultural practice. And it has again taken off. It has become so useful to many people around the world, irrespective of cultural backgrounds. Have you heard of Qigong? Another practice. Now, coming back to our own heritage, you must have heard of meditation, of course. And meditation is now taking off. It's becoming very popular, and specifically mindfulness. Mindfulness is a Buddhist cultural practice that was very popular and well established in Buddhist countries like Bhutan. And now, even brain scientists, psychotherapists, clinical medics, they are incorporating mindfulness into their practices, into their treatment of people. So these are some of the intangible cultural practices that have become, they've proven records that they are relevant not just to ourselves but to the rest of the world. In a globalized context, some cultures are highly valuable. Now you talk about more material culture, eating, cuisine. Cuisine is very universal now. Emadatsu will do very well in New York and in Japan. There's no cultural boundary to limit the benefit of our local culinary culture. Music. World music is very much basically sharing different music from all corners of the world. Now, even if you go into further details, like understanding of nature, like ethnobotany is a very interesting field. A lot of our grannies and mothers in the villages know a lot about herbs. These knowledge can do miracles sometimes in healing cancer or dreadful diseases. In fact, about a year ago, there was a Bhutanese researcher, his name is Phuntsho, who, based on local herbal knowledge, discovered a herbal treatment for malaria and Alzheimer's. That is how local culture becomes relevant to many other people. So I think there are many such examples. And that's why I think we shouldn't think of culture as something of the past and totally outdated and obsolete. Some may not even appear to be relevant now, but with more use and research in the future, who knows? We might find a cure for HIV in Bhutan. No? You never know. So culture is highly relevant, is my argument basically. Wherever they come from, of course some cultures will become obsolete gradually, go out of practice, but most cultures will remain useful and relevant. And I don't know if we are doing enough to preserve and promote our cultural heritage.